Hey, what up, what up? How is everyone doing? Okay, so, really quick, I think I need to adjust. Can I do that from here? Oh, I'm already at the lowest, or highest that'll go. How about now? Oh, that's weird. I kind of thought this would change as I adjusted the level. Oh, maybe, no, it's not. Okay, well, we'll still go to the minimum. So, for anybody listening, uh, right now, I'm trying out a few different things. I'm gonna kind of need a little bit of feedback to let me know if everything's even working correctly. Uh, and right now, I can't tell if there's going to be anyone paying attention. YouTube's counter is giving me weird results. But the things that are a little different on this stream. First off, I am testing streaming from the new MacBook Pro. I took a look, and it turns out OBS somewhat recently started building for the M1 Max. Thank God. So, in theory, I may start streaming from this computer all the time now. We'll see. There are possible reasons that I'll still stick with the old one, but this could possibly put an end to that. And I'm not stressing it too much. This is just really two video feeds being captured and overlaid, so that's hardly the most stressful conditions for OBS, but we'll see. Second, I'm sure I don't sound as good as I normally do, and that is because I am not using my normal microphone. The normal mic is great for podcasting purposes. It is less good for the conditions that I'm going to be doing, though. Truthfully, I'm not going to be moving around a lot, but I am going to move around enough that I'm a little worried that the microphone would just lose me all the time. And that's not really ideal. So, what I'm doing instead, let's see, can I change this view without it going completely haywire on me? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So, I just realized I hadn't added that audio source to there, which I think I'm going to cheat. I'm going to add that audio input capture. Rode wireless go to. There we go. Now, will that work if I switch over to here? Pretty sure it will. Hey, perfect. So, that's excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Okay, so, repeating, not that I think anyone would be confused by this, but repeating, I have, wait, hold on, I am looking at the right thing. Yes. Okay, so mic on the lapel, conventionally known as the lav mic. That's running down my shirt too. I've got a little wireless receiver right here. I'm just keeping tucked in my belt. And that is connected to, or sorry, I meant wireless transmitter. Yeah. Man, I said this all perfectly just a second ago. Now I'm mixing it all up. And that is connected to this receiver, the receiver running to USB hub, which runs to the Mac. Oop. Trying to just clip the receiver where it won't be in the way. Okay, so I probably don't sound as good as normal, and there is a chance I can't hear it myself, but there is a chance that I'm picking up some fan noise. Let me know, because if it's really bad, I'll see what I can do to switch back to the normal mic. I mean, it wouldn't be the hardest thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing to switch back. It's just, I think it's more ideal to do this because now I can be looking off in other directions. I can move around a little bit more without trying to keep a mic in front of my face the whole time, which I'm hoping that this doesn't give a bunch of like rustling noises or anything like that. Let me know. Again, let me know, because if this sucks, I won't do it. But I think this should be fine. Okay. Now, out of curiosity, that definitely will not fit. Okay. Where's my handy little tool for... Oh. Well, it's not the right tool, but this is what we're going to be using. So, let's switch back to camera view, which is kind of dumb. I'm going to be turning this off in just a minute, but what I need to do is change the mounting plate that's on this camera from my video, from the one that I would use on my video head to the one that I'm going to use for my other regular tripod head. Because this tripod is more ideal for photography. A little bit. And needless to say, the video tripod head is more ideal for video. Okay. I shouldn't need to tighten it down, but we're going to. Oop. All right. Okay, getting the tripod head tightened down. I'm probably going to switch to a different lens too, but let's see where this goes. Okay, so for this shoot, I'm actually going to be shooting 3 different things. Let's get this kind of orchestrated. Kind of leveled. All right. So the review that's coming up is for some Rode microphones. As it turns out, I'm actually using one of them right now. So the lapel mic is going to be kind of one of those situations that can't really be avoided. And can we fix the green screen on this? That looks like it didn't really transition over very well. Hey, David Llama, how's it going, man? Okay, so let's see. What can I do about... I don't think the green screen is that big of a deal on this, but I want to see if I can fix it. And honestly, it's going to get broken in a minute anyway. Unfortunately, there's almost nothing I can really do about that. But when I move my video light, all of a sudden the green screen is going to go to hell. Possibly. Wait, let's change... That's my problem. The settings are wrong. Okay, we'll boost our... how's... How close are we getting here? Whoa, kind of got there for a second. Drop the gain a little. Okay, if we warm this up just a touch. All right, now let's see if we can't. Okay, this is better. It's still not good. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, probably nothing I can do about this side over here. So David, you probably missed it. Oof. Oh my god. No, something is wrong with this. I'm trying to fix the green screen, and it is really wonky. Okay, maybe I should just go back to the standard settings and let's see if I can't fix the green screen from just the standard letting this thing do its thing. Chroma key. Okay. Is that better? It's good enough. We're not going to get this perfect. Okay, so man, I'm going to have to do some tweaks on this. All right, so you probably missed the beginning when I said this. Doing a few things different on this stream. Right, make sure I'm actually in frame. Okay, so a few things are happening different. First off, I'm streaming from the new MacBook Pro. OBS released an update that seems to have fixed performance enough. I've got my suspicions that it may not be perfect or ideal yet, but it's better, and that's what matters. So I am trying to stream from that. I do see it. It's definitely pushing the CPU more than it should be, but I don't think there's anything that can be done about that until they release an update that fixes the what's it called? Until they release an update that fixes the hardware encoder, or rather activates the hardware encoder. So the second thing that is different, maybe you already saw this, maybe you didn't. I am mic'd up, so I have a little lapel mic, lav mic, whatever name is familiar. It's running down to a transmitter that I have tucked away right there. And so I am wireless. Oh, I need to lower that a little. That might help some too. And so I have those things going on. Also, I didn't feel like listening to my regular stream music. Plus, I don't have it on this computer to stream with. Not that I couldn't move it over, but I was already running an hour late. You get done what you get done, you know. Anyway, so a lot of things aren't really set up properly. I could have used the old computer, but I wanted to test this, and for whatever reason, I decided this was the right stream to test it with. So, you know, you do what you do. I should actually get this plate in the bag before I move it around and lose it. Okay. Can I? No, of course. I need to put this. Damn it. I sound good? Okay, that was one of the things I was worried about. Because this mic, I mean, it's a good mic, but it's definitely not the same. It's not the same power and quality as what just fell. Damn it. What just fell? Okay. I'm going to have to go look for whatever fell down because it could have fallen into a trash bag or it may have fallen somewhere else. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so big, huge mic is not in use, which feels weird. I'm normally all about trying to get slightly better audio, and using a wireless lapel mic is usually not going to be as good of audio, but hey, you know, we're trying out new things, want to make sure these are options. What the hell? Okay. Whatever it was that fell didn't go in the trash bag, so that's good. But I still... It's something that would have been right up here. What would have fallen down? Oh, it bounced way over. That's why. Good. And my review of that thing is already done, so it doesn't matter if it gets scratched up. Okay. So, yeah. Not that it matters at all, but... Oh, am I on the wrong focus mode? Oops. There we go. I'm probably not even going to stick with this lens, but just in case. Just for the hell of it. I feel like I don't like that being out of focus. Okay. So, yeah. So anyway, this is pretty much the plan for this stream, is testing a lot of this stuff out, making sure it's working, getting, for what it's worth, these are not going to be great photos. This is kind of a filler photos. If you've read any of the recent reviews on AP, you may have noticed that we now have, or not now, I mean, it's been this way for a few months, but there is now this, there's this section just past like the opening paragraph, and it's kind of like this uniform review widget, segment, block, whatever you want to call it, and it contains, actually, you know what, I'm just going to pull up, I'm actually going to see if I can quickly do this without it breaking crap. Okay, because I also need to test if web browser capture will work. And I believe I even have my Clips review still open. I do. I'm pretty special like that. Okay, let's get the web browser lined up. Okay. Oh, wow. Perfect. It even kind of lines up correctly, even if my webcam kind of doesn't. Okay. So the section I'm talking about is this right here. So there's the hero image with title and all that stuff. Scroll down just a little bit to this section, and there's this set of photos right here. Because of the format of this, we have been advised by management to basically just stick in not their words, but what I consider to be garbage photos. These are these are the boring photos that you take when, well, like you might be trying a few different things. You might not really know what to do with a few photos. Maybe you took photos and you're not happy with them. That's where these go, is because they're not very prominent. Like, they're kind of hidden, honestly. Like, this one photo will be very prominent, which is why I picked like the only really in color photo for this one. But it's not a very good spot. These other images down here really don't stand out. You have to click on them and interact with them, but we need to have photos here. So that's kind of my goal for tonight, is to get the filler photos that are going to go into this spot. Which is funny because honestly, I don't know that we're actually going to use this widget on this review. So that is also a thing to consider. But compare it with these other photos where they are just automatically like featured. They are highly visible photos. So yeah, the idea for this stream is to get the photos though that would go into this spot. Though who knows? We might get a hero image out of this too. Okay, transition back. Honestly, all these scene transitions and everything else, that part's working out way better than I expected it to. I'm genuinely surprised. Okay. Let's see, as I make sure I've got everything in other places I need them. Okay. So, I do need to move a few things around. Man, I really need a stream deck. Changing scenes would be so much easier than trying to do it with the computer. Okay, we're actually going to move the reflector. Well, right now it's not exactly set up as reflector. It's set up as a scrim, but whatever. I'm going to get that kind of out of my way. Actually, screw it. You're going against a green screen. So, I do need to get something that's going to be kind of possibly a hero image. Because obviously there's no reason not to try to knock out the hero image if I can. Wait, is this? Oh yeah, I'll flip this over because the wood slats on the back actually go all the way to the bottom on that side. Though this thing still wants to tip. Okay, how about, let's grab this clip. For visual reference, this is just one of those like carpenter clip style kind of things. We're just gonna use that to sort of balance this board a little more. Kind of turn it into a tripod-ish. And I'm gonna use, by the way, I am watching comments, although I may be a little slow to respond here and there. But then I'm going to set up, actually, I'll move the camera back so it makes this a little bit more visible. Oop. Pro move. Okay, so there's the scene I'm working with. I really don't have a lot of space in here, which is not the best situation, but it works. So to clear up shadows a little bit, I'm also going to throw in a bounce card. This, by the way, is like a $1.50 at Walmart or any random arts and crafts store. It's just a piece of white foam core. And right now I'm lighting this whole thing with a desk lamp that has a Hue bulb in it. Or sorry, not Hue, but LifeX. Oh wow, I just looked outside. There's actually a bit of a, not a good sunset, but I think if I had been looking out there about 20 minutes ago, it probably would have looked really neat. But I'm going to set up this light to actually light my scene. There's a chance that I'm going to move my softbox in a minute. And if I do that, it's going to make my webcam effectively useless. But we'll see what happens. Okay. But I do need to plug in this light. Oh, let's unplug that. Okay. Now, what I've done with this light, kind of a convenient little thing. I have this old desk tripod, which is honestly not that spectacular, but it works. It's just kind of a convenient little tool for quickly adjusting and standing up typically a camera, but in this instance I'm just plugging in a light. The light itself is a Rotolite Neo. Is this the original? I think this is the Neo 1. This might be a Neo 2. It should be, just judging by looking at it, it's the Neo 1. Oop. And there goes the gel holder. I hate these things. They fall off all the time. Actually, that is a common problem, and it's going to be a problem in this stream, so I'm just going to leave it off. I really wish they had designed their gel holder better. Yeah, the wooden background. That was another random acquisition from a arts and crafts store. I went looking for just random backgrounds that I could use, and I came across this thing. It is too small. As you can see, it really, I wish it went up to, like, it comes up to here. I wish it was like twice as high. I could do so much more with it if it was a little higher. But if you go looking back through my reviews, and in fact, let's see, pretty sure this review has at least, wait, none of the, oh, it's going to be funny if none of the wooden ones made it in. I forgot about that. Okay, I didn't pick any of the ones that were set on wood. That's unusual. If you go looking back through almost every review I have, there is at one point or another at least one shot, if not several, that is set on top of that wooden background. Half the time, this stuff is actually setting on top of the wooden plate. The other half of the time, it's used as a background. But yeah, I don't know, it works. It's so convenient to have. But okay, let's see what I think I'm gonna do. Let's move this so the legs are not quite as much in the way. I'll brighten it up a little bit. Right now it's probably only like, yeah, 15%. So that light can be so, oh, crap. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to do something kind of weird with this. We'll see how this works. Okay, the light that I'm using, my desk lamp, is actually going to possibly be better as the key light. So if we brighten it up like that, okay, and we're going to turn down the shutter speed on this camera so it's a little bit more properly exposed. Okay. What was the orange backdrop? It's funny that you say orange, because it is very much not orange, but after I colored it, it came out that way. it's this. It was this piece of leather right here. As you can see, not even a large piece of leather, like my hand is not much smaller than this piece of leather. But, you know, earbuds take no space. Like, none at all. So, yeah, I basically set up the leather against the backdrop, kind of oriented it like this. I guess kind of like this. So, it was set up as a seamless backdrop. And the way seamlesses work is you basically just get a backdrop, kind of position it like this, so it's got like a curve to its bottom, and then that way, from whatever angle you shoot it, it's going to just be like, this is the background, this is the ground, and you just can't see any shift or change. That's how I did that one. The funny thing about it is, when I shot it, I forget the orientation, but however it was, I actually shot it and it was missing like the back corner. So I just cloned that in. Anyway, I have like a bag of leather scraps that I bought off Amazon for, I don't know, $10 or something. No, was it even $10? It wasn't much. But, oh man, now I'm showing up ghostly. Can I fix that easily, or? Oh no, I'm only showing up ghostly against... Oh. No, I am. Got a weird hole in my forehead where the green screen is for whatever reason. Not working correctly. And why do their filter settings have to be multiple menu clicks to fix? Okay, if I do that, now I want to get back most of the screen. Okay, that's kind of a balance point. Alright. Man, I'm just nudging these things. Okay. That seems a little better. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay. So, this is, right now, kind of an ugly scene. I do not deny that. But, hey, we're going to kind of try to make it work. And again, in a minute, I might move my green, or I might move my softbox. And if I do that, this whole thing gets really weird, but we'll hope it works out. Okay, so the things that I'm reviewing, this is actually going to be a three different products going into review. The first is going to be this shotgun mic. Let's see, do I have the box over here? Yeah. Okay, this is the Rode VideoMic Go, or sorry, Go 2. It is basically just tiny little shotgun mic. This would typically kind of go onto a camera, which I actually have. I have my model camera sitting right there that I'm going to throw it onto for a couple of pictures. It plugs in via USB-C or your typical like audio jack. I think it's the 3.5 millimeter. Have to always think about that because there was a time in history when 2.5 millimeter used to be more common. Okay, the second thing I'm reviewing, this is actually a bit of an older product, but this little bad boy right here. This is the VideoMic Me-C. I always have to think about that name. I hate that name, honestly. So this is the microphone. It's actually a pretty tiny little boy. But down here, it has a USB-C plug. So the idea of this, I should have prepared a phone to use as my sample. But the idea is this tiny little mic plugs directly into the bottom of your phone, like that. And basically it is just your straight vlogging mic. And this is the windscreen for it, the dead cat, which looks silly as hell on a phone, but hey, it works, right? So there is going to be this getting reviewed. I'll leave that phone out and possibly use it as my model. So we'll get, oops, yeah, you're fine there. Then the third product, which is actually really not going to get photographed today. Wait, is it? Nah, probably not. I might just save it for later. But I can show part of it, which is going to be this. This is the Micro AI. I think that was the name. Wait, the box should be... Wait, where was the box? Oh, it's in here. Not that I think you care that much about it, but... Sorry, AI Micro. That's the name of it. The AI Micro. So the purpose of this pretty simple little gadget. Basically, it is this little box here. It has two microphone inputs. So basically 2 channels of input. This is a microphone output for monitoring purposes. And out of here, a USB-C port that you can use to plug into a laptop, a phone, whatever. And this is as simple as it gets. It basically is just merging 2 inputs and pumping them through USB-C. Or you can technically also plug in like, oh, this is a little too bright. That should be fine. But you could plug in a cable that goes to Lightning. You could plug in a cable that goes to USB-A. Whatever. The whole point is this is an interface that makes it really convenient to plug in anything. So those are going to be the 3 things I'm photographing. Possibly a couple more oddball items, but I don't expect so. I'm going to slide that box back there. We'll see if that matters. Okay, so those are going to be the victims for today, as I kind of try to clean off that phone screen that is just covered in fingerprints. Thank you, Pixel 4, for being the victim in many ways. Okay. Actually, I wonder if I should do... Maybe I'll use a Pixel 5... Or sorry, Pixel 6 Pro. God, because I skipped the Pixel 5, I always want to call the Pixel... I always want to say Pixel 5 when I'm talking about the Pixel 6. As far as my brain goes, the Pixel 5 never happened. So, yeah. Anyway. Okay. And switching to a new water bottle. Okay. Now, the question I need to figure out, first, do I want to actually have things sitting on this desk first? I'm kind of leaning towards throwing stuff on maybe the white tile first. So, several months back, it's now actually been a lot of months back, I went to, I forget if it was Home Depot or Lowe's, but I bought these 24 by 48 inch tiles. 2 of them are white, though they're not as white as I wish they were. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to move this light out of the way for a minute. bring this one forward. Okay. Slot this one in because it has a little more pattern to it. And I kind of want this a little cleaner, I think. How bad is that gap? Let's see. I can fix that. Let's just take... What do I want to use? This stuff would work perfectly. Some random mail. Just going to throw a little bit under this tile to raise it up. And that basically makes the seam disappear. That might be too much though. Let's take... Okay, we'll take those out. Can I get by with just that? Not at the edge. Okay. I'll throw a little bit more under this side. That should lift up the tile just... it's not perfect, but it'll work. Good enough for government work. Wait, what is that at the edge? Oh, it's a reflection. That's fine. Okay. So, let's move the light back in place. Actually, I might... we'll see where we want that in a minute. And adjust the cable to this mic pack. Yeah, still trying to get this whole thing situated properly. Okay, so let's come up with our first scene. And the offhand chance that this ends up being... If this ends up being a hero shot... Actually, there's almost no chance this is a hero shot because I'm wearing one of the microphones that I need to shoot. And I don't think the hero shot makes a lot of sense if it doesn't have all three in it. So, yeah, these will just be the fillers with individual shots of the mics. That's the thing that makes the most sense. Okay, so what I'm doing first, I'm taking out the cable for this mic. Not that I'm hiding anything, but for this particular shot, there's just no point in having it in there. Okay, so we've got that. The question then becomes, how do I want to stand this up? And do I want to do anything inventive? By the way, this part comes off, so I'll also be doing a couple of shots without the windscreen. Because in theory, if you're actually recording in like a studio setting, you definitely do actually take this off. You record just bare mic because you'll get very, very minimally better audio quality. The catch to that, you also have less branding just happily sticking out in front of you. Okay. Oh. We also have an intruder. Because of course we do. Hey, little... She finished eating. Okay. I think she actually likes this spot. But because I'm talking, you don't want to be here very long. I already know this. And you just shook your head and I watched drool fly out. Wonderful. I can't believe you're just standing there. Okay, come on. Cat. Love her to death. Okay. Oh, she sounds clear? Interesting. Huh. This is an omnidirectional mic, so I expected it to kind of pick up a few things, but I did not really anticipate... I didn't think it was going to sound as good as it seems like it might. I'll listen to this later because I have no idea what this sounds like. I didn't get a chance to test it before I started. Okay, making sure you don't have... Oh man. Running my hand over it, I can tell these tiles aren't as clean as they should be, but it's not a big deal. Stuff really doesn't show up on white tile unless it's like actual black crud. And I have to, because these tiles aren't perfectly white, not just because they have, I'm not sure how much of this is showing up in the shot, but like you can see there is pattern here. This is intentional pattern, like not like problems with the tile, but when I went shopping for it, and also there is, if you look towards the back edge, there's like this streak of color right here. There's another one over here. Like, it's an intentional pattern. If I could have, I would have gotten perfectly white tile. They did not have perfectly white tile there that came in large blocks. So, not much of a choice, which sucks. Anyway, I did what I could. Anyway, this is not just the pattern, but the actual tile itself is not perfectly white. So I have to kind of color correct that out anyway. And several of the shots out of the clips review, this one right here is the perfect example of that. Oops. This was shot on this same white tile. So I've got the reflection. You can see in the background of this one, in the upper left corner, kind of, there's that little streak of color. That's part of the tile pattern. This was shot also on the tiles, but in this case I have a black card set up behind them. It's just so out of focus you can't really see it. Anyway, but yeah, so I have to color correct a bit to fix the tiles so they look good. It even picked up me drinking in the trash. Great. Just the sound I want to have. I'm not surprised though. Lav mics by design are omnidirectional, though this one's supposed to be it's supposed to have a bit of a different pickup pattern. It's not supposed to be purely omnidirectional. But, hey, whatever. You take what you can get. Anyway, what was I going to say? I don't remember. In a second, I'm actually going to shoot with my color correction devices, but I want to make sure I set up a scene and get it lit the way I like it first, and then I'll add those later. Now the trick with this is to figure out whether or not I care enough to try to get it standing up perfect, or because there are different ways I can do this. Or I can intentionally just shoot it like this. Let's extend the tripod legs a little bit. That way I can shoot down on it. Okay. Okay, just out of curiosity, because it doesn't really matter, but just asking, are you listening to anything, like any music, while this stream runs? Because I definitely am. But I'm kind of curious if it's preferred. I'm curious if you prefer quiet stream, where it's just me talking and then you can pick your own music to put in, or do you prefer having music play? Okay. Oh man, I do not like that. It's too much bare stuff. Is there any way? Well, okay, we can fix one light. Maybe by doing this. Let's turn that way up. Position it like that. Yeah, this might not work very well. It's not going to work. Okay. Turn that back down, reposition a little bit like this. Man, this looks more like a like shooting a body in a bad environment. This is what Dexter does for his day job. What if I move that in? What I'm trying to do, by the way, whoa, the curse of working in a really, really enclosed environment. I don't have space to move things without knocking everything over. This is why I really want to finish cleaning up and setting up another room. Okay, let's try doing this again without knocking stuff over. Hey, it's all standing up, kind of. Very kind of, as it were, but we're kind of there. Yeah, okay. Because it totally matters that I get the webcam right. Actually, out of curiosity, what's going to happen if I... Does this break the thing? Nope, it does nothing. Awesome. I tried popping out my screen so I could see things a little better, but no go. Okay, what I was trying to do though, just for reference, I'll move this back out of the way. With the bare light, this desk lamp over here that you can kind of see, but there, anyway. With that desk lamp pointed the way it is, I'm getting this really harsh shadow right down here. I don't want that. I want to try to get rid of that using a scrim to diffuse the light. And that works. Whoop. But everything wants to fall over. Absolutely everything now wants to fall over again. If I were a professional photographer with a ton of extra stuff lying around, then what I'd be using instead is a big table, a nice C-stand, good professional lights, the whole 9 yards. But we're making do with what we got. Okay, so let's bump this to full 100% light on the office light. Get as much out of it as we can. All right, and let's see if I can get enough out of the bounce card to make this work. No. Okay. So that's fine. What it is gonna do though, I'm gonna move this back. Oh man, I hate that. That doesn't work either. You're not listening to any music. Sure makes a difference though. Yeah, so like I said, if you scroll to the top of the comments, I linked to a stream, a live music stream that I'm personally listening to right now. It's not bad. It's pretty similar to the stuff that I would normally be playing on stream, but a little different. And it's from a channel that I have tried using some of their music in the past. And it is specifically a quote-unquote no copyright channel. And their purpose is to give out music or play music that is streamer friendly. And I've gotten copyright strikes on it, so I'm not using it. Oh man, that shadow is just bugging the crap out of me. So as you can see, like as I move this light, there's that shadow coming off the back here. I don't want that. Not so sharp. If I move this light back, I can kind of, it dims a little bit, but what I really need is a bigger light source. Okay, which that pretty much answers the question I thought it would. Okay, so I'm about to do something that's kind of stupid, but it works. So my webcam is effectively just counted as useless at this point. Okay, I'm moving the white card, and I'm actually going to move this wooden background for a minute. So I'm actually taking my entire softbox. I'm also going to move this camera down. Let's reposition it just so there's something on screen. We'll do that so you can actually see what's going on. And one of the goofy little things that I figure out that I can do to jerry-rig this thing is I take boxes from the 2 Yeti mics that I have. I stack them on either side. Oh, before we do this, let's actually get this background back in place. Because if I don't do it now, it's kind of a pain to do it in a minute. Okay. Oh. Let's... just so you can see how ridiculous this is about to be, let's angle it up like that, and full wide. So I take my softbox that is still on a light stand, I drag it over here and literally just set it on top of these boxes, which I've never tried this with a wooden background. I'm not sure that actually is going to work super well. Let's at least move that one back there. In a proper studio setting, you would just actually have this whole thing on a light stand that could actually support turning it down at an angle. And that's something I really desperately want to buy. But, and I went looking for it on this last Prime Day sale, but the only ones I found were garbage. And I mean absolute garbage, so I opted against getting them. I'm shortening my tripod legs so that I can get this below. Oops. All the way. Okay. It's an okay sized light box. I think it's what? 3 feet? 4 feet? No, 3 feet. 3 feet across. I think that's about right. Which is, for a streamer, not bad. That's about the right size. For photography purposes, that's actually pretty tiny. So, let's see, really quick, just for example's sake. Let's see, 3-foot light box, sorry, softbox. What am I saying? Light box. Softbox. So, just for reference, man, I kind of thought I would find an easier. Yeah, okay. So, it is, in the real world, pretty close to the size of either of the soft boxes shown in this photo. So, you know, that's good for like it covering your head, top of body kind of situation. Normally it's sitting just barely a little further away from me than it is her in this shot. Like, she is arm's length away from touching it, just barely. For me, it's usually just like an extra, I don't know, an extra 6 to 12 inches away from me. But hey, it works. Let's see. But yeah, for a more ideal scenario, like I actually have, oops. Let's see, what was the name of that one? I don't have a good place to set it up, but I actually have this one. And this is a 5-foot or 6-foot. I honestly don't remember. But I have this one. He's on the opposite side of it, but it's designed so it actually kind of blasts light in different directions. And it would be pretty neat for this purpose. But let's see. But I don't have a good way to set it up in here. Actually, in truth, I don't really have a good way to set it up. I need to get a better light stand. I thought I would find more photos to use with this, but nope, I guess not. Oh well, so it goes. Okay, let's switch back. It's funny, I've gone this long and I haven't even taken one picture yet. Oh, by the way, just for reference also, I have this shot. Oh good, you can still kind of see me in the webcam-ish. So I had this linked up so that the cables coming out of my camera goes into my video capture card, and out of the video capture card it's going to the laptop, obviously, for capture, but it's also going to my monitor so that I can actually see what I'm shooting that way instead of trying to get myself physically behind the camera all the time. Oh, which reminds me. Crap. I forgot. I have stuff falling down around me, but let me know if signal cuts out, by the way, because I'm going into another room to grab. Let's see, is it in here? It should be. Yep, here it is. I also have a wired trigger for my camera. This thing only costs like, I don't know, 15 bucks or something, but it is basically just a shutter button on a wire for all intents and purposes. So I'm going to plug that in. Yep, it's that side. Not that I need to, but I don't remember if I charged up this camera, so I'm gonna plug it into power while I'm at it. Like, may as well get all the things done. Okay, and I know I accidentally screwed that up. Let's make a few adjustments. We'll get this down to... There we go. Okay. What is our... Okay, it's not a huge amount of range. It's more that I was worried that going through a wall, or technically two walls, that was what I was more worried about. And yes, this mic has killer range, but, you know, indoor versus outdoor can have very different effects. And by the way, I know that this camera is lopsided right now. I will fix that momentarily. Okay, so I think... I don't know if it's powered or if it's on battery or not, but screw it. That cable doesn't need to be in there. I know the battery's going to last. Okay. So... Okay, leveling the camera. Let's also position like this. Get it down just a little more. Work that reflection like crazy. I'm going to need to refocus in a minute anyway, but just for the moment, we'll get it on kind of a nice, clean looking focus. Okay. And we're going to use a little short handled tripod to kind of move this a little further out of the frame, slightly. Okay. Now the question again remains, how could I possibly get this thing to stand up? So one thing I really need to get is some sort of like super tack kind of stuff. I wonder if, wait, do I have that? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? How much could I cheat? This won't fit a... Yeah, that doesn't fit, damn it. Okay. Technically, I could use this. Oh, I don't think this is... Wait, can I use this? Oh, it only fits one way. But I can fix that. Okay. This is gonna look... This won't look right at all. Okay, so what I'm messing with, I have this little thing here. It's meant to like screw into the bottom of something, anything with a 1/4-20 mount. And both of these screws have 1/4-20 holes in them. But this part here is just 3 cold shoes in a block. So what I can do, I could theoretically mount this and then just turn it, and that would be a stand, but that's going to look stupid as hell. The whole point of shooting on this tile is to get the reflection. So that's not going to work. Something like this could almost work, but this itself won't work. It's way too high. It would not look right if my finger is just sitting on it. But I could cheat this. Yay for Photoshop. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here is what, oh, wait, is this as perfect as I think it might be? Okay. I'm not sure I'm really getting any reflection out of this anymore, but I think this is workable. Okay. The problem with this tripod is I don't have a good way to adjust up or down without loosening it. Okay. So, perfect. Okay. So we're actually going to do this in 2 shots. Let's get the focus on the windscreen. Yes. Well, what I'm going to do, this will make a ton of sense in a second, but what I'm going to do is take 1 shot like this, then I will use my finger to hold this down. Man, hopefully I don't get that budge. It's going to be hard to get that right. Maybe if I do it like that. But yeah, then I can pull this away. Man, it's gonna have a little bit of budge, but I think I can fix that in Photoshop. But yeah, the whole idea is I will pull that away and then shoot the other half of it. This would be so much easier if... Oh, wait, I have a better idea. Maybe. Okay, so this is one method for cheating. There is a second method that might actually work better. What do I have that'll work? Where is... Quick, I need string. There is a better technique that just involves using string to hold something up, and then you shoot it, and then just shoot a clean plate of the background, and then you're golden. Strictly speaking, I could actually do that here too. Okay, you know what? I'll just do that here. But yeah, so the idea with the string is you literally just have a string coming down, you like tape it to the tip here or whatever. Anyway, teeny little string. It's going to have no real effect on the lighting. And you could Photoshop out the string, but what I would just do instead is remove this whole thing, take one shot with nothing in here, and then wherever the string is, I would just paint this background into that spot. I can do that same thing here now. It's a little bit less clean, but it'll work. So, there's not really much in the way of shadow I need to worry about. Okay, so what I want to do is make sure I've got this part in focus as sharp as I can get it. I wasn't going to use this lens, but I'm kind of actually digging how it looks. I want to get that in focus too. Does that screw up the focus on this? Let's bump this to f4.5. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty sharp. I'm good enough with this. Is that in focus? Okay, now that is. Let's see if that screwed up focus for this. That looks fine, but that looks bad. Okay, we'll bump to 5.6. That should probably be enough. Okay. That should be good enough. That looks good. I could shoot this in 2 shots to get the focus right. Honestly, I'm really tempted to do that because it'd be so easy to fix that. That or I could, you know what? I'm just changing lenses. Do I want to do that? Maybe I'll screw it. I'll get this shot. Alright, and I'm just going to increase the shutter speed. That way I can still shoot this at ISO 100. Oh. And let's get all of our... There we go. I like having the histogram up. Histogram makes a huge difference. Okay. Why did I just get a notification? What's that about? I don't know why I just got blinged, but maybe that was your message from earlier. Okay. You never really understood f-stops. So there are, there's a legitimate frame for f-stops in terms of what it means, and then there's kind of what people mean by it now. I'm actually going to reposition this because it just occurred to me. The way I was set up created the look of a tilt that I don't want to have. There we go. What I'm specifically trying to line up is, if you can see it, the microphone, I want to have parallel to that background line. Nobody does this kind of stuff for review photos, just me. And by the way, when this becomes a review photo, I'm just going to crop it to here. So I don't care what's there. I don't care what's over here. Well, actually, probably here. I'm just going to crop it down, and I could even extend the wood further out, the wood and the tile further out with Photoshop, but I don't worry about that too much either. But yeah, with f-stops, there is kind of a legitimate meaning behind them, and there's also the way a lot of people talk about them. The legitimate meaning of an f-stop is actually it is a math-oriented thing that involves kind of how much light is hitting something, and it's intended to be sort of your what word do I want to use for it? It's intended to kind of give you like a clear, definitive measurement between places. The way a lot of people use it to describe stuff, it's more just a rough calculation. Or sorry, I'm saying this badly. The way it's intended to be used is actually associated with how much light is picked up by when you're using a camera in a certain set of conditions. The way most people use it is as a relative term, saying, oh, this particular thing is at like 2 stops underexposed. They don't actually mean it in a legitimate sense of this particular thing actually is not getting the right amount of light. They mean it in the sense of it's too dark, let's give it more light. I know that those sound like the same thing, but they're kind of not. Okay, anyway, this time for real, I want to try to nail that focus a little bit again, because I changed a few things around. I'd say that is perfect. That looks pretty freaking good, actually. That is still slightly out of focus. God damn it. Okay, that gets that in focus. What do you want to bet that threw off the foam? Not that bad, actually. Not enough I care. Okay. So I'm going to grab this shot. Am I good with that exposure? Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. Let's see. Anything else I want to tweak on that? Okay. Just making sure. Oh, wow. I don't know if you just saw it, but something was just flying around in there. If anyone ever thinks I'm making it up when I say there's almost always something flying in here, yeah. It was just in stream. Okay. One more for sanity's sake. And then I'm going to pull these out, get a clean plate. That's what they call it when it's all of your movable things are out of the way. And for lighting, or for color purposes, I'm also going to slip in. This is really more of a video thing, but just in case. And we'll actually, can I get these both in the same shot? That would actually be the best. Yeah, perfect. It's not like a black object with just a single... I mean, this is black, white with a reddish orange thing. So it's not like getting color accuracy matters here. But this is more because I kind of want to do some quick tests with this color checker. Which actually... I wonder if I should... screw it. Oh no, I've got that. Never mind, that's fine. But I just want to do this for testing purposes. So I may or may not even care about this because I'm going to stylize these photos anyway. But, you know, it doesn't hurt. Worst case scenario, I am just wasting a little bit of space on a memory card. Okay, let's also get these phones out of my way. A word most people don't need to say, but it's something I end up always saying. Okay, maybe... Would this make a cool picture or no? Okay, let's adjust this thing a little bit. And this is gonna be a bit of a guessing game to get this right, but okay. Screw it. I already messed it up. Let's just see. Let's try a guess. Random guess. Will that work? What if I move it a little bit that way? I think that works. Trying to get this all parallel and lined up. Okay. Can I take the circle thing off? Circle thing. I'm not sure which circle thing. Are you talking about the... Oops. On the bottom of the mic. So you're talking about this whole contraption? I can and I will, but I want to get these shots out of the way. And I'm not sure that I'll use that in the review with that taken off, but you certainly can remove it, and I may as well show that it can be removed. Okay, that's all in focus. Oh, those are gonna moye so bad, but that's fine. Okay, and that looks like it's pretty much perfectly in focus, or it's close enough to perfect focus, but what I'm gonna do with this, instead of adjusting focus, I can just move it back and forth and get it. I'd say that's about right. And adjust the light a little bit. Yes, and I'm gonna have to reshoot the clean plate, but that's perfect. I don't care. But I don't like how much shadow is coming up off that, so so this other light that I have, I'm kind of just, oh, that's gonna look garbagey. Okay, I'm not liking this. No matter how I move this light, I'm getting a shadow I don't like. What I might do, I could do 2 shots of this and blend them together. This is me over-engineering a problem, by the way. Oh, what I'm actually, never mind. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn down this light. Yeah, there's so much I don't like about this shot. What about... Out of curiosity, how does that look backlit? Oh, you want to see stuff in detail? Give me a minute and I'll switch over to the macro lens. Once you see stuff in macro, it's like, it feels like you're looking through a microscope. But, okay, what I'm trying to do, I'd like to get in one shot. Actually, what about that? Okay, if I position... Okay, am I back on? I am. Okay, so I think the battery died. And that's not too surprising because admittedly I have not charged these in a while. I thought they had more battery life. And it seemed like they always held onto their battery a really long time. Oh, and that explains why that was... There we go. Okay. Okay, so that fixes that for the moment. And I've got the other one now charging. The one that I've been using, I just plugged it in. So it's charging and should be okay. Okay, sorry about that. So this one could go, though it's 7 now. If it took 2 hours for it to die, this one was charged at the exact same time. Oops, did I just mute it or something? Nope. Okay. So in all likelihood, this will last through the end of the stream. If it doesn't, I will have the other one charged up, so it won't matter. Okay, so far this is actually working all right, despite mic cutting out. I'll just have to be mindful of the battery life or something. Or maybe I could always just plug in an external battery into this too, but that seems like, again, over-engineering a problem. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying is what I didn't like is no matter what, I was casting a really ugly shadow off the back of the windscreen. Or kind of like poorly lighting it in the first place. What I might do, one picture of the windscreen like that, and then I'll kind of position the light so we get, and kind of like that. Get a little bit of the reflection on the mic itself. Wait, how would it look over here? I don't mind blending a few images together. I don't want to overdo it, not on something like this, because they're microphones. They're not going to look pretty. Not terribly pretty, at least. How about if I do it from that angle? A little bit of reflection, once without, just in case I end up liking that, which I don't see how I would, but offhand possibility. And then once kind of from that angle. I'm probably not using most of those, but just in case. And then I will pull all of these pieces out, get one clean plate, and that way I'm good to go in case I want to Photoshop that for crazy reasons. Okay, so I'm going to return this real quick. We're going to kill this. Sorry, you're gonna go practically black screen here. And I'm switching lenses. Because if you think, damn it, where's my lens cap? Ah, there it is. Everything you saw this lens picking up is nothing compared to what the macro can do. The macro is just ridiculous. Okay, macro's on. We'll reposition the camera a little bit. Oops. Okay. I mean, this isn't even that close. I can actually move it right up here. Oh, how do I? Hold on. Gotta move the camera physically down a little bit. How about back up a little more? Okay. As I fumble with like 1,000 different little things. Okay. So, for all those crazy shots that we do for reviews where something is just super, super close, just tight in as can be, this is the type of lens you want for that stuff. You know, and this is zoomed in, but think about it. Think of how tight that focus is, that I can focus from front to back of a USB-C port. Which also, man, I'm glad this USB-C port is clean, because it would feel bad if it's like super super dirty and nasty right now, like other things. And for reference, let's switch to solo view for a second. Okay, and for reference, using my webcam as that's how close the camera is to the mic for that shot. And it can actually get closer. I mean, it could literally be touching the mic. That's what this lens can do. So we'll wind that back around, get it back in place. Okay, we're not actually worried about doing any macro shots with this scene though, so not really the biggest issue. Okay, turning that off for a second. Oh man, everything's about to go super dark. So I'm switching away from the macro lens again. Oops. Because I want to throw on my telephoto. Oops. I've got too many random little parts all sitting in front of me. Again, I need like an actual proper shooting space. Okay, so macro lens is out of the way. All right, power that on, pull off the lens cap. Okay, perfect. So this time we're going to move this a little further back. Actually, not really, but I like to think we are. But we're going to try to get that beautiful, just perfect reflection going on in a second, and get some better bokeh out of the background. By the way, I know the term is bokeh, because it is actually a Japanese term, and the word for blur is, I believe, K or bokeh, or it's something like that. Anyway, they actually do have the right word, and that's what it's based on. But a lot of people say bokeh, a lot of people say bokeh. Okay, so this is the shot we're actually going for. Let's move this around and reorient, straighten that right back out. It's a little off, but I can fix that in post. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that reflection. Oh my god. That is just... You can nerd out on that reflection right there. Okay, let's move it back a little bit though. Now, we're gonna have to go for middle ground here. Oops. Is it... I'm on the wrong side to be trying to do this. Is it more practical? Yeah. I think what I can do, maybe, set it up like that. and it's not going to line up with the background no matter what. That's okay. I can live with that. Okay. Oops. Okay. And this will not, and actually this makes sense. I kind of have to do it this way now that I think about it, because if I don't do it this way, okay, when I say this way, oh, that's fine. I'll just crop it. Okay, so funny thing is, I'm thinking about how this will work in Photoshop. I wanted to try to get the whole barrel of the microphone showing in the reflection, but as I think about it, that won't work entirely because, well, I could fix it, but I don't want to have to. The reflection of the barrel is going to compete with this, maybe. Maybe not. Actually, I think I could fix it so it wouldn't. What if we do... Will it work if I try to do it this way? Ugh. Yeah, that actually, I think, works. It might be tilted a little. Let's... I think that's about as... Probably not as good as I can get it, but close. Okay. This lens isn't quite as sharp. It's actually the kit lens for the A7 III. Yeah, it's not as good, but I can live with it. Yeah, and that reflection looks pretty good. Kills me how much that just, you can tell it's just not perfectly in focus. I think that's as good as it gets. Okay, find my wireless there, or wired. Okay, so I'll shoot one like that just because. Let's squeeze that in there. Oh, I just realized the camera's tilted. I can fix that though. That's not even much of a tilt. Okay. That's cheating, but I'm totally going to see if I like that more. Okay. Oh, what happened to my... No. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, that's what I wanted. I need that histogram on. It's such a cheat, but it weirdly works. I think I actually like that more than I should. And anyone who knows these windscreens, they're going to know full well, like, this is almost possible, but it's not quite. I mean, it would sit on top of the windscreen. The windscreens are pretty firm, but they're not. But everything here is round, and it's at all the wrong angles. Like, anyone who knows this thing would know it would not be able to sit like this. But it would be very close to being able to work. Weirdly happy with this. Okay, so we got... Screw it, one more. Just because. And then we'll get a clean plate just because. Okay, so I think that's good for shooting this for the moment. So let's swap in this guy. Maybe a little turn like that. Maybe from the other side. Kind of feel like I liked it the other way, but one way or the other, like the reflection, I admit I love the reflection too. Normally I don't think I like it as much as I like it in this. It is working out really well here though. Okay, we're gonna need a little bit of light to kind of clean that up. Okay, just logically, it's going to get cut off about there. Okay, how's our focus? By the way, a big part of the reason you're seeing so much shake in the camera, granted I am physically touching the camera to move things around, which isn't great, but, and I wish I was kidding, this office has carpet. And so when I even move my chair, the carpet shifts a little bit, and so the tripod legs actually also get bumped. Or not bumped, but like they're not sitting on entirely they're not the tripod legs are sitting on carpet, so it's not the firmest ground. If I could, I need to shoot this on like concrete. That is the ideal. If you can, you want to shoot stuff like this on concrete, because man, it just, you get, I mean, the only vibration then is if you like jackhammer the concrete or something like that. Not being able to see the E at the end of road. Yeah, that's maybe not ideal. You're right. Okay. All right, I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get those out of that shot. Wait a second, I want to see one more thing. Yeah. Okay, when I light it, I also kind of want to get... I think that's about the perfect spot. What happens if I brighten? Yeah, that should be good. Okay, get out of that mode. One more, make sure I'm not actually shaking. Why am I getting... I'm getting just notification after notification tonight. What the hell is... Oh. Come on, people. You don't need to @ everyone for this stuff. Okay. I'm going to have to go fix some people saying and doing stupid stuff later. But that's not an issue right now. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do with this? Do I want to... Okay, for the sake of a filler shot, I kind of actually like this idea. So I'm pulling back the fur of the dead cat a little bit. There we go. Not really going to get that perfect, am I? How about... Okay, we're at 5.6. Let's go to... Oh, actually, we need that anyway. But let's go to C. That's... How about... Let's nudge this forward a little bit. That way we can get a little bit more... Yeah, I think 7.1's as good as we're going to get to still have some blur in the background. Oh crap, my camera is down to 6%. Okay, we are plugging in the camera now. Okay, good, it's plugged in. Sweet, so we aren't about to lose the camera. Okay, this gives me about the sharpness on everything I needed. I mean, it's gonna... The front of the fur is gonna be lost, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. Let's feel good about lighting it kind of like this. Maybe one like that. A little bit shifted. Okay. I like that. I think that's good. And then, just in case, a clean plate off the background with the light that way. That'll work. Okay, so I like those. This one's gonna be dumb. Oh, by the way, you were asking about this. So this is the mic itself. Move those back into the light. I guess I could do just a shot with all three of these pieces together. And this time I don't have to fake standing up the Rycote Mount. This, by the way, is called a Rycote Mount. That's actually, I believe, the company that makes this. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, they're the ones that make these rubber rubber stands. I'm kind of thinking maybe actually put those at an angle. Something like this could actually be kind of interesting. How does that look? With some light on it from the front. I don't know that I like that. Maybe if I move it back a little bit. Okay, I don't think I like this. I probably won't use it, but just in case. Actually, no. Let's get... Oh, wait. Is this going to be in focus if I... Okay, that seems to be in focus. The mic itself, it's okay if that's not. Oh, but I do want to turn... Let's turn it like that. Just so it shows the holes. Okay. Make sure that that's still in focus. Oh. Hold on. There is a teeny little, like, fiber of some crap stuck to the front of this. Just dust. I'm sure there's a lot of dust on this, honestly, but if I can get rid of something that I could fix and that I don't want to fix in Photoshop, I'd like to do that. Okay. Oh, that focus is beautiful. Okay. Get my fingers on the right spots. Okay, that looks good. And for the Rycote mount, I will just nudge it into focus. If I can get my hand to it without locking the camera. Yeah, I'm not sure that's great, but again, I'm probably not even going to use this shot, but just in the offhand chance that I do. Okay. I think that's pretty good. We'll go with those for the moment. Okay. So moving those out of the way, and the final piece of Goofy gear. Let's get the AI micro in there. Okay. I feel like doing something fun with this one. Like having the cable draped over it in a way. How about like this? What if I try to uplight it? Just, no, that's not working. That almost kind of works. Maybe if... I don't know that the cable's gonna agree with me on this. Oh, ooh, okay. I think I like that actually. Are there any problems with this? I mean, the cable's technically kind of blocking that stuff. Yeah. It's not perfect, but if I maybe adjust like that. Okay, I like that. I really dig that. That's just about perfect. Probably should have looked at this closer. I see just a little bit of dust on it, so quick wipe down. Oh, that wasn't dust. That's scratches, or not scratches, but just like not the plastic's just kind of scuffed. Okay, maybe I will move it there. Okay, I think that's good. I dig that. Okay, I'm gonna have to get the lighting angle right, but I can work with it. Okay, let's see, where's our... Get this bad boy in focus. I almost want to switch to back to the original lens for this, because I swear to God, it is just so much sharper. Oh. Ugh, I hate it. I can see the smallest amount of dust. Actually, it's not even that small. Where's my... Okay, that got a little of it. Let's try one more time. That's good enough. I can clean up the couple of specks that are left in Photoshop. Perfect. Okay. So let's nail down that focus. Might just change lenses and do the exact same shot again using the other lens. It's fine if the cable is not perfectly in focus. Okay. I dig that. God, I'm actually so happy with That was such a weird little experiment that turned out perfect. Okay. Count on it. This one's making it in the review for sure. Okay, so I'm going to get a couple different ones with different light on this. Trying to get something that doesn't cast too much shadow down from the cord, but makes it look interesting at the same time. Though maybe a little shadow from the cable would be a good thing. Okay. Let's switch back to that wide lens. So really quick I see that there, or in the YouTube display, I see at least one other person has been watching. I'm just curious. Is this somebody we know, or are you a random viewer? If you're random, thanks for coming by and hanging out, even if quietly. Feel free to speak up if you like, or feel free to lurk. That's totally okay too. Okay, get this back in place. And that's as tight of a zoom as we get with that, so let's move forward a lot. Oh man. It kills me, by the way, I don't know if you are noticing this, but I have some dust on my sensor. You can kind of see it. There's a spot right there, and there are a couple spots right there. I have cleaning stuff coming, but it's shipping super slow. I don't know why. I ordered second day delivery, but Amazon, for whatever reason, is just sending it like at the slowest they could possibly be sending it. Now I'm way off. Okay. That's more like it. Yeah, there's also, yeah, a big one at the bottom. Yeah. And it's possible little of one or two of these could be on the lens, but I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure it's all in the sensor. How do you clean a sensor? So the ideal way to clean a sensor is to send it into the company. All the major companies actually will do cleanings. You pay for it, but you know, it's not super expensive. The other way to do it is you can do it yourself. Basically, you use extremely pure ethanol alcohol. Technically, it's called something else, but it's basically just ethanol. And these swabs that are in the shape of basically kind of like a broom. You know what? Yeah, hold on a sec. I can actually show you kind of what they look like. Now, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'll just pull up the website. I just ordered these. It's not like there's a secret, but orders. Let's make sure I'm on the right. Okay, we'll do that, and there's OBS. There you are. Okay, so that's what one of the swabs looks like. They're just, it's basically just a kind of a broom thing. It doesn't look like it in the pictures, but it's basically just a microfiber surface at the tip of these things, and you basically just get it slightly damp with the ethanol alcohol, and you basically sweep it across your sensor. In theory, you're only supposed to do like one sweep in one direction, but most people will sweep one direction and then they flip over the swab and like brush back the other direction, and that's supposed to clear pretty much everything. Very notably, I know one of those spots is actually not dust. It's gunk, or yeah, basically gunk that got caught on there when it was raining, and I just for a moment had the camera. It wasn't raining hard. But it was just a few drops here and there, and for a brief moment the camera slipped out of my hand. It pointed upright, and I swear this drop of water just happened to come right down perfectly on the sensor, and it's like, damn it. There's nothing I can do about this. So, it happens. It's unfortunate, but it happens. God, this lens should not be so sharp for what it is. Okay, let's get the light on it. Okay. It's not perfect, but I'm good with that. No one will be able to see it by the time this gets sized down. And let's switch back to that. So, oops. There we go. I want to make sure I'm not overexposing. Okay. So, actually let's turn down the brightness on that a little. Okay. The reflection isn't as prominent in this shot, but I like the way this looks. So, it's way more prominent with a telephoto, in part because of the angle. Actually, what if I drop this physically down a little bit? Okay, we can really get... That is an extreme reflection magic right there. Okay. That's the thing. The angle matters so much for getting a reflection off tile. Maybe a real harsh edge light would actually be a neat thing on this. What if I go all the way back there? No, that's going to look like crap. Okay. Oh, don't you dare fall down. What are you thinking? Oh, yeah. Whoops. Thank you. Okay. So... Okay, one shot from this angle, or lit from this angle. Okay. Just kind of making sure I light the road lettering a little differently in a few different ways, because it's going to reflect in different ways. The classic uplighting, that is not a common thing. But hey, it works. Okay. Yeah, if you could see the way that I'm doing all this, I'm literally hand holding a big, not big, but like an LED panel a little bigger than my hand. I'm just moving it around at different angles so that I can light this thing so it's got some light on the front. technically... Just to show it, like there is this... Oops. There's print on the other side of this thing, but I don't see any reason to share that. Okay, I want to get... I need to get... You know what? Macro lens is going back on. And actually... Okay, so I'm going to focus on getting this one shot, and then that'll probably wrap it up for the night. But what I want to do... Don't know that I can focus in on this very well, but... What I want to try to do... God, I almost don't need a macro lens. Look at that. That looks so good, even just fake zoomed. But what I want to do is try to get a shot with it tilted like this, so that it has all three of these inputs along with their markings, because that is important for this product. It's funny, when I invited whoever was viewing to watch, they disappeared. I love how that happens. Not sure how I'm going to get this shot, though. And also, I might do it... Oh, where's that leather? Not the red leather, though. That might work, too. How would this look in this shot? Let's bring this up just a touch. Once I light it. Oh, maybe I have to, you know what? I think I have to leave the white down here. Yep, I do. Otherwise I don't have enough light on it. Okay, so it has to be shot that way. How do I want to do this so it's going to be... What I could do... I might actually have to do this off stream. Okay, what I could do with this is actually hang this. How do I want to do that? If I hang this and shoot it... If I do that, I'd probably hang it all the way in front of the wood, actually. But hang this like that, in this orientation. Get it so the reflections are just right. But yeah, I could hang it, get it into this orientation, and then shoot it. That would work. But I need to come up with a rig to do that. Do I have that? Okay, hold on a sec. I've been meaning to dig this thing out for a while. I have this old... when I was young, for reasons that never made much sense, because I never got into fly fishing, but I used to be into tying flies. Don't ask me, it makes no sense, but it was a thing I used to just do as a hobby. I need a light so I can dig around in here. But I had this fly tying rig that, yeah, here it is. Perfect, right on top even. Okay. It had a couple of alligator clips on it. And it could be pretty easily rigged up. Hey, I was a kid. Don't try to make sense out of it. But Yeah, it's one of these little things. Move it all the way back into view. So, yeah, it's just a couple of alligator clips mounted on this very, very adjustable rod, along with a cheap little magnifying glass, because why not? Anyway, what I think I'll try doing, and again, I think I'm just going to have to do this off stream because I got to go dig up string to make this work and tape. But what I can do is suspend it just from this with like a short piece of string or even tape. Honestly, some tape would be fine. But yeah, if I hang it like that, that'll give me everything I need. What I could even do, I might hang it, I'll shoot it with the white tile beneath. That way I get the reflection and I don't have to mess with anything else. Like, I don't have to light it any other way, because that, I like the reflection it gets. But I can get that reflection, and then once that's done, then I can go back and grab the leather. Then I could just put in the leather background as like a base. You know, technically run the leather like all the way back here, maybe prop it up a little bit. I don't know, something like that. There's a lot that I could do with that just to kind of have fun with it. But yeah, that way I get the inputs, which is what matters. Oh yeah, that works so much better up high anyway. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Who knew that this was going to be the thing that was the most fun to shoot out of the whole list? Which honestly is making me think maybe there's more I can do with this microphone too. I don't want to get into making all the different things float, because that's a hassle for not much payoff, but it could be fun. Oh, okay, so I know what I'm going to do instead of shooting that, though. There was one other thing I definitely needed to get as kind of a staple shot. Okay, what we need to do, get this out of the way. Actually, can go all the way over there. Okay, we want to get a shot of this mounted in a camera. I'm going to pull off these Peak Design mounting things. I can't remember what they're called, but these dangling things that are used for attaching camera straps, or you can use them for a few other things, but it's basically just camera straps. They are not typically this hard to remove, but I'm doing this with my hands at a weird angle. I should just take this off camera and yeah, screw it. I am. Okay. Just live with the fact that you're not going to see anything for a minute. Okay, first one out. Second one. And I'm very, very possibly going to reshoot this one anyway, but I kind of want to get this shot in the bag just in case. Oh, come on. These cables are ridiculously tricky to get sliding. which I guess is good. You don't want these things. You typically don't want to remove these things once you put them on, but you know, it's a thing. Okay, now in the name of having a good proper model, we're actually going to attach a lens to this, because it'll look really, really dumb if I'm just shooting a camera with no lens. So this is, in point of fact, the same lens that I just shot several other shots with. Okay, let's attach these and get them out of my way. And we'll remove the cover from the from the hot shoe. Slide that in. I don't need to tighten it down. Screw it. We're not going to bother with that step. That'd be a waste of time and effort. Okay. Where is... cable. Oh, no, not this cable. Not this cable. Where's my other mic? This cable. We'll just borrow this cable off this other mic. Okay, so proper audio cable. Oops. All right, audio cable in there. We'll, for formality's sake, run it through there. Pop open the necessary door. Wait, this is the right... I think that's correct. Okay. Slot that into the cable management because we're good humans that do that sort of thing. I don't know if I really need the cable in there for this shot, but for the sake of having it, it seems ethically the thing to do. Okay, how does this look? Honestly, that looks better than I thought it would. Okay, we are going to have to close that. I guess 8 is probably about as good as we're going to get. Maybe if I back it up just a smidge. And now that I've done that, let's line it up properly again. Whoa, look at that drift. Whoa, what the hell? Oh man, this thing is imbalanced. Okay. I'll just have to fix this in Photoshop. But that's fine. Okay. Angle up a little bit more. Get the shoe cover out of the way. And let's do some focusing. Okay, numbers are nice and focus. Let's orient you down perfectly. Yay for zoom modes that let me see all the weird little lint and random crap. Oh, and there it is. It looks like a little red dot of lint too. It's definitely there, but I don't know that I'm going to get it just by random picking at it. Did I get it? I think I got it. Oh, wow. That reflection in the lens, that shouldn't look good, but it kind of does. I wasn't going to do that, but I was going to move that light because I just have my LED panel sitting there, but it just looks so neat. So we're going to leave that just to grab a shot with that reflection. I mean, look at that. That weirdly looks super cool. Almost like a... That looks kind of like 4th of July fireworks. Just huge fireworks show, but it's really just lens elements reflecting a single LED panel. See? Because I can... Yeah, as soon as I move it... Ooh. Oh my god, look at that. Oh. Yeah. Totally using that. Okay, and just for the sake of having a couple of different lighting arrangements... Damn, I just bumped the camera. I hope that doesn't screw this up, but... Okay. So I don't know that I can use those, but really quick, I'm gonna recreate that again, because that just... I don't know if that's usable, but I want it to be. Who knew the best part of this lens would turn out to be what it does when you're looking at the lens, not through the lens. Okay. Now the one thing I kind of want to see if I can do, and I doubt this is worth the effort, but what are the odds? Okay, that's not high enough. What can I do to tilt this thing up? I don't know that I care. I kind of almost like the camera being sitting down like this, because it makes it look like the camera's actually just legitimately been used and someone sat it down. Oh, which reminds me. Okay, there's another shot I want to do with this. Yeah, I'm not going to try to get the camera tilted right. I think that would be a waste of time. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that switch that I was talking about before. Okay, so picking up the wooden backdrop. Oh man, that is not gonna scale well. How about at this orientation? This is why I need much, much bigger. There's no way to say this where it just doesn't sound bad, but this is why I need bigger wood. It was unavoidable. I swear. Truly unavoidable. I had to say it that way. Okay. Nudge that back. Okay. Ah, good. There we go. Tuck the rope under there. Okay, now what do I want to shoot it against? That might be too far back, actually. Okay, if we brought it like that, I might have to move the softbox up. Okay. Let's try. I don't think it's going to look great, but let's try it anyway. I can't get that to fit. That's too tall. Okay, what can I do? Do I have a surface that I can use with this? I might just have to shoot this outside. Yeah. Alright, well, I can't think of a better way to get that shot. Okay, so the idea for this, though, is just, one, to not shoot everything just on white tile. I mean, that's good for contrast, but it's not going to work here. But what I think I'll do is drag this outside tomorrow during daylight, and I'll shoot it against, like, some bushes or something like that. But I'm going to bring this piece of wood, so the camera will still be sitting on top of that. But when I shoot it that way, it's going to look like. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There's this review that I did a while back. Let's see. I think it was with the Moment. Was it the ultra wide? I'm searching for it. Oh yeah. Wow. First attempt. Kind of. Okay, switching views. It's this shot. I mean, literally this shot right here. This was done with the exact same piece of wood. I went outside and just straight off of, well, I basically propped up the piece of wood on the most precarious place that I could find. Believe me, it was sketch. And I positioned, I don't remember what's sitting behind it, but I used something to prop up the phone. And, like, that forward slat that is like half propped out, that is the most forward slat on this piece. There's only 5 slats. So you're getting the whole thing in there, but it looks like it's the top of a picnic table or a bench or something like that. It's that crazy perspective just makes everything work. And what's really funny about this shot too is you really can't make out any detail about what's in the background. I know it kind of looks like it might be a stream or something like that in the background. It's not. That is just we'll just say it's not. It is a patch of really, really unattractive, just ground. Just random dirt ground, like maybe a little gravel in it. Kind of like a walking path, and there's some leaves on top of it. But yeah, it didn't look good. But if you blow everything out with with everything just being completely out of blur. No one can tell. Let's see, did I do that with anything else in there? No. Oh, though, here's that same red leather I used in the other shot. I occasionally get good use out of this stuff. But okay, so I think that about wraps it up. It's a little after 8 anyway, so it's probably a good time. Let's see, am I forgetting anything? I can kill this light. It's not really serving a purpose being on now. And yeah, tomorrow I'm going to wrap up, or I'll do more photos. Tomorrow could end up being a photo editing session. I might just take all the stuff that I shot tonight and go through and clean it up and turn it into nice shots for posting with the review. Or something to that effect. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What do I want to do with this? Actually, I might just leave this lens on. Screw it. Not like it's a big deal to take a lens on and off, but I think when I shoot this, I mean, if I shoot it tomorrow, I'm just going to shoot with the same lens right on there. There's no harm in that. And strictly speaking, and I hadn't really thought about it, but this is the right lens to use as a sample. Because, like I said, this is a kit lens, not for the camera it's on, but it is a kit lens for the A7 series. So strictly speaking, if somebody's going to shoot, or someone was going to have a lens as a size reference, that's the lens that they would actually have. So it kind of makes sense in its own roundabout way. Okay. Oh. All right, I'm moving the softbox back into place. Though it is... What the hell happened to it? I think it detached. It did detach. How did it detach? Okay, I have to fix that. I'm turning off the softbox, because if it... Not that I think there's any danger, but... Wait, how did it come loose? Oh, I see. Okay, that's easy. I can just thread that back through, and it should be okay. If I turn the screw the correct direction. Okay, so that's back where it belongs. Hey, look at that. I'm not a total idiot. Okay. And look at that. Kind of. Hey! It works. It works. We're not completely dead in the water. Okay. So, yeah, photo stream. I mean, limited to how much I can do without being able to move around and do more. But, yeah, this worked out pretty well. I'm going to have to make some adjustments, obviously, one of these days. I definitely need to have a better shooting space. Kind of get that out of frame. So, how do you feel about it? Was this fun? Did you enjoy watching this? And was it theoretically educational? Not that I think too many people care about product photography in this particular way, but hey, you never know. I can unhook that now. Actually, I can turn off that. Let's lens cap back on. We don't need any of those things still going. In point of fact, I can also now switch that back to regular screen. These, let's merge those together so no dust gets in. Okay. Would watch again. That's good news for me. Okay, so let's see. So for tomorrow, there are 3 possibilities for tomorrow. All depending at least partially on what mood I'm in and what happens earlier in the day. So, possibility 1, if I'm just wiped out and don't have the energy for it, there's a very real possibility that what I'll end up doing tomorrow is just playing Control on Stadia. If that happens, there probably won't be much of a warning. I'll just be like, yeah, I don't have the energy for anything else. Screw it. We're playing we're playing a game. There's a possibility that I'll be doing a photo edit stream, which is taking everything that I shot today, running it through Lightroom and Photoshop, doing cleanup, stuff like that. Some of it will be editing together the multiple plates that I took. I think that would actually be, it's a thing to do. It's kind of fun. And part of it will be just like coloring, tinkering with the looks, things like that. Depending on how I'm feeling about it, I might also pop open a video that I'm working on. Because that's proving to take a lot of work. The third possibility. There is a possibility that I might not do a stream tomorrow because I need to get more video with these microphones. And I'm not entirely happy with the way that some of it already turned out. So I might actually take most of tomorrow and do that instead. Even if I do that, I don't want to make any promises, but even if I do that, there is a chance that what I might also do is I'll go out, shoot that stuff, and then when I come back home, chances are I will get back by like 6 or something. So I might still just sit down and do a stream. It would be a short stream, but from 6 to 9 or something, my time, obviously. So I don't know. It's hard to say, but those are the 3 likely plausible possibilities. One way or the other, I really need to get this stuff done. The review, in theory, should probably have a draft written, and the photos and video ideally should be done. I think the goal is to have everything done by Tuesday, which might be pushing it a little bit, but we'll see. At least if the photos get done, and if I can test the microphones out and make sure that get my comments and thoughts done by the end of tomorrow, or even by the end of Monday, I think that's probably okay. And then the video can be done the day after. But I think in theory the due date to get this up, like the intended due date is supposed to be, I think, Wednesday. Hey. Okay. um yeah. So, it's funny because I was just glancing up at the receiver and I was thinking, weird. Why is it that there's no battery indicator for the other transmitter? Well, that would be because it had just cut out. That was weirdly flawless timing. Um okay, so whoops, am I on the wrong? Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I'll try to be as informative about tomorrow's plans as I can, though you know how that usually goes, so don't make any bets on that happening. Um, oh, I just realized something I forgot to shoot. Not that it's that big of a deal, but the lav mic I'm wearing comes in this case. So, while I couldn't have shot the lav mic itself, I could have shot the case. But hey, that can come tomorrow. I'll shoot it elsewhere, or I'll just set this rig back up again. It's not like it takes that much effort. It's just inconvenient enough that I don't like doing it, but I will do it. So, um, as I figure out how I want to retie this thing. But yeah. Anyway, so I will try to figure out for sure what tomorrow's plans are going to be, and yeah, I'll try to say something in the room. Um, Again, what do you prefer in terms of music? Do you prefer it silent, so in theory you could pick your own music, or um something like that, or should I have music playing in the background? Um cuz I can certainly do either one, but I I'm still in that mode where I also want to try to find some music that I can play that's not going to be a copyright issue, and different than what I've been playing would be great. Uh, and also ideally free, because paying for it is still not a very good plan. Oh, wow. Unhooking that did some weird things. Did that screw up anything with the stream? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Uh, that was really weird. But okay. And I need to charge receiver, transmitter, and, well, both transmitters and the receiver. Because I will probably use this again. I just don't know for sure when. It may just be for photo shoots. Out of curiosity, um, out of curiosity, do you think that the 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 lav mic and transmitters sounded better than this mic? I'm doubting they do, but I'm curious. If by some chance they do, I'd be willing to switch. That would actually be mildly convenient. But um, yeah, just curious. If this, I sincerely doubt they do, but I have to ask. Um, in truth, if this mic doesn't sound as good, it means I probably have something set up wrong on this mic, and I need to go back and fix that. But it would be hilarious if a lav mic sounds better than this. Um, let's see. Anything else? I don't believe so. Uh oh, plus this whole time I've been wearing um wireless earbuds to listen to music. So, funny enough, hard to tell. Wow, that's pretty good. I did not expect the lav mic to sound that good. But yeah, I've been wearing wireless earbuds for this whole time, and the battery lasted through that. And I don't know if they were fully charged. I imagine they probably were, but it's actually good. I was a little worried with Eclipse earbuds because their battery life is a little bit, I don't want to say inconsistent, but unpredictable would be maybe the better word. But all right. Anyway, dude, thanks for coming by, hanging out. Thanks for chatting with me. Um, I'll be, I'll definitely be doing more of these. I don't know how many and of what, and hopefully I will clear a better space for doing this in the near future. Um, because this space still sucks for it so much. But hey, you know, I'll do what I can. Um, but yeah, have a good night. I will be back probably tomorrow. We'll see. There it's hit and miss, but I'll try to be back tomorrow. If not, Ramblecast as usual. Anyway, have a good rest of your night, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, hey, oh, that won't matter. Never mind. Anyway, take it easy, and good night, everybody.